are kind of melting the servers. To freedom and his willingness to put his money where his mouth is, upset the narrative control imposed on us by our government.
Have Governor DeSantis make this.
We're just trying to get it going.
Donnie's having fun, folks. Donnie's having fun. That was a video that he posted on his Truth Social account following Ron DeSantis and Elon Musk embarrassing themselves when DeSantis was supposed to announce his bid for the presidency in 2024 through Twitter Spaces. It crashed, it didn't work, glitches. I mean, just a complete and utter disaster. I was curious to see how Trump was gonna react to it. And he posted that video along with other messages on his page. I'm gonna get to that in just a moment. But before I do, man, I just, if I were DeSantis, I would be concerned because he's ready. He's ready. I don't know who he has employed in his team to get videos like that out as quickly as he did, but that was excellent. That was excellent.
Yeah, that was the rare occasion of good humor and wit on the part of a Republican of any sort. Like that kind of never happens, but it's not surprising that it comes from Donald Trump's camp because he's the only legitimately hilarious person in the Republican Party. But yeah, Ron DeSantis has to hope and pray that somehow Trump could be moved to direct his ire and scorn at people like Nikki Haley and Tim Scott and all these other Republicans that want to run for the nomination. Because if he just keeps on attacking him and targeting him for ridicule, it's gonna be bad for him, and it's gonna be bad for him very quickly, Anna.
Yeah, I agree with you. And have you noticed that Nikki Haley has refused to attack Trump? Any opportunity she has, anytime she's asked a question about Trump where she could take some jabs herself, she fails to do it, she refuses to do it. I think I don't know if she's trying to like keep her powder dry because she thinks there's a possibility that, if Trump wins, she'll get another cabinet position. I have no idea, but she seems to be afraid of Donald Trump as well. But the race isn't really seen as one between Trump and Haley or Trump and who else is running again? Rick Scott.
I'm sorry,
Tim Scott, not Rick Scott.
Tim Scott, the great black senator from South Carolina, black Republican senator.
And when Tim Scott
announced, I'm sure he's gonna get a lot of traction in the Republican primary.
He's currently polling at 1%, which is why Trump doesn't see him as a threat and basically said he wishes him luck, right?
He's gonna get a lot of traction amongst conservatives in the heartland of America.
Absolutely.
They're gonna love him.
They're gonna love him, absolutely.
Goodness.
No, I feel like it makes me a little sick to my stomach thinking about the reality, but we all know what the reality is. Okay, but with that said, let's go to some of Trump's other posts, again on Truth Social, where he writes, wow, DeSantis' Twitter launch is a disaster. His whole campaign will be a disaster. Watch. No, okay, but I just wish that Trump stayed out of politics and decided to pursue a career in comedy. And guess what? Even though I hate his politics, I would support that career.
My goodness.
I might even pay to see him in the flesh. If he were a comedian, because he is, in my opinion, the top insult comedian in the country. Another post from him. Look, would you look at that? Tim Scott makes another appearance. Tim Scott's presidential launch, even with the broken microphone, don't pay the contractor, Tim, was by far the best presidential launch of the week. Rob's was a catastrophe. He keeps calling Ron DeSantis Rob because the Daily Mail had a typo in one of their headlines and accidentally wrote Rob DeSantis instead of Ron DeSantis, and Trump is now running with it.
Trump is even when He's in the midst of dissing Ron DeSantis. He finds a way to say, yeah, don't pay no contractors. Yeah, stiff those, hey man, stiff them workers you hired, please, but for the love of God.
To be fair to Trump, he is very experienced in stiffing contractors and workers, right?
He's consistent in that.
Yeah, exactly. Here's another one. Rob, my red button is bigger, better, stronger, and is working. Truth. Yours does not. Per my conversation with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, soon to become my friend. What? What? What?
Oh God!
My button is bigger than yours, and my button works.
What is he talking about?
I don't know, but I don't want him to stop. It's hilarious.
Oh my goodness! Perfecto.
So after this whole DeSantis disaster, we should go to poor Elon Musk. I mean, this is an embarrassing moment for him. I mean, he bungled this for Ron DeSantis. So he writes, all presidential candidates are most welcome on this platform. No thanks. Thanks, but no thanks, as Sarah Palin famously said.
Yeah, DeSantis, this is going to be a lot of fun. And again, I think there was so much money lined up behind him. I think we even saw the Fox News types were like, man, we would so much rather prefer to deal with DeSantis. Again, the outside money, the sort of richest Republican supporters. He lined up a lot of that money going on a year or two ago. He started lining up that kind of cash. And I think because of that, the politicos and MSNBCs and CNNs and that type of corporate media took him quote unquote seriously, because the people that they sort of suck up to and hobnob with were like, hey, you should be really watching DeSantis. Not that actual voters in America might like this dude, the money did. And so I really do think that's why he started getting a lot of attention and a lot of traction.
For sure.
Because money was flocking to him.
Absolutely.
But he's just, people gotta remember, before he barely beat, what's his name?
That popular agriculture secretary, Adam Putnam. I can never say that name correctly.
Right, and Guillaume, didn't he beat up Guillaume in the general? I don't remember, whatever. Before he barely won the governorship, he was just an anonymous Congress critter.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who this dude was, and nobody was pegging him for greatness. Nobody was like, yo, this is the future of the party, right? Nobody thought this. He barely won the governorship in Florida. And guess what? Yes, because of the things we mentioned earlier on the show, he won re-election. And congrats to that. That's a legitimate success. But before any of this, nobody thought he was going anywhere. Florida is a quote unquote battleground state. It gets a lot of coverage during every single election season because it's sort of a quote unquote swing state. Although now we could probably say it's just a red state at this point. And he sort of rode that, and plus his trolling ass ways. But like, this was never supposed to be a thing that happened for him.
Well, I'm gonna leave you guys with one more video that Donald Trump posted on Truth Social. I have not seen this yet, and I'm looking forward to it because he apparently goes after Elon Musk and Ron DeSantis. Let's watch. I almost feel like
that is so good.
That's so good. It is. It's good. It's so good. Come on, guys. Come on.
Elon. His campaign blew up into smithereens.
I mean, it looks like,
oh my God.
The rocket looks like a flaccid penis that explodes.
Goodness.
Like, come on.
This is great. Electile dysfunction.
That's right. That's right. This is why Trump has the kind of support he does. This is why his base is so loyal to him, right? Yeah. Like, and look, let me give the fuller picture, because it's not just because Trump like hits below the belt and happens to be funny. I think that helps him tremendously. But in lieu of a political system that Americans have faith in lieu of options that Americans genuinely believe will improve their lives, politics just devolves into entertainment. It devolves into a reality show. And so if you can be entertaining, and Trump is entertaining, it draws in people not because they, in my opinion, not because they genuinely think that their lives are gonna improve, but because he offers other things. Cult of personality, he owns the libs, he's really good at insulting others, he's entertaining, it's fun to go to his rallies. You know, I think that's part of, or a huge part of Trump's appeal. I mean, if you sit down with a Trump voter and you ask them kindly, obviously without being combative, okay, well, what did Trump do to improve your life? And I've had these conversations. They don't have much to point to. In fact, they have nothing to point to, right? And I just wish Democrats could get their heads out of their asses and instead of demonizing these people, have these conversations with them and ask them to reflect on what Trump has actually done to improve their lives. But then the other half of that is offer them something better. Offer them a politician, an opponent who's going to actually improve their lives materially. And I think on both counts, the Democratic Party is failing.
No, Anna, they just don't have any power. They're just not winning elections. It's these slim margins, Obviously, in states like California, where they have all of the majorities and all of the power, they're doing shit like Minnesota, aren't they?
California is a disaster of epic proportions because it's run by corporate Democrats. And
God, dude.
you see what California looks like. The fact that you don't have a single Democratic politician that slaps down the NIMBYs to build housing drives me insane. The government has the power through eminent domain to take property. Okay, I just don't understand why there is no will to do something that they desperately need to do to help get people off the streets. California is a nightmare. I don't care how angry Democrats get at me for talking about how much of a nightmare California is. It is a nightmare, okay?
It's terrible.
The fact that utility companies wouldn't spend $1 to update their equipment, and that led to the wildfires that destroyed people's lives, that killed people, and then Gavin Newsom turns around and freaking bails out PG&E. No, disaster of epic proportions.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.